Hey, welcome back to the shop. Joey here with Turtle Labs. Today we install new rims and new tire inserts on this Redcat Racing Ascent Fusion. Let's get to it. We opted for Injora turbine wheels for their clean and simple design. The stock foams did a pretty good job out of the box and were vented at the rim, allowing the tire to conform to the terrain and snap back very well. The stock beadlock wheels weren't all that bad and even had a steel ring to add a little weight and rigidity at the beadlock. We prefer to vent our tires at the tread versus the rim. This hole punch made quick work of popping 4 holes per tire. When attaching the hex sub to the rim, we made sure to use some thread locker to keep everything nice and tight. Here we can see how the stock foams deform without a tire on a smooth surface. The Ascent Fusion is heavier up front, so there's a little more squish on the front foams. Here, Injora green inserts are tested. Note that the front is being twisted more due to the 20% overdrive installed. The Injora blue compound is definitely a bit stiffer than the green, as shown with this test. Once tire is installed, the twisting effect is reduced, and the green inserts look to be a great fit. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the video. This video is brought to you by Turtle Laboratories, a business that I own, and we make different tools for the RC enthusiast as well as other hobbies. If you may have noticed, we've been using our repair stand to work on this truck and kind of do some overviews with it. It allows you to position the truck exactly where you need it and make it very easy to work on. We also sell metal art, parts for real cars, as well as tools for real cars. And we also sell a bunch of tool organization. So if you've got a shop, we can get you organized with all your tools. If you may have noticed, we also have this organizer that we've been using in the video that organizes all your tools for your hobby, such as RC. But it also works for all kinds of other things. Use the discount code YTTL to get 15% off your next order. Anyway, enough of that, let's get back to the video. Next up, we can see the weight increase from the different inserts versus the stock foams. The Injora rims fit the stock tires perfectly, and there were no issues installing them. One advantage to aftermarket wheels is the additional weight they add down low. Now for my thoughts on the wheels and inserts, honestly the stock wheels and inserts perform pretty well already. I just wanted to add a little bling and to differentiate my vehicle from my friend's Ascent Fusions on the trail. I wanted beadlocks, but without all the beadlock bolts, so they'd have a clean look and be a little easier to clean. Initially I had plans to strip these things down and powder coat them a darker color, which I still may do, but after looking at them, they look pretty good as is, so I just left them. They go together really well and fit the stock Ascent Fusion tires seamlessly. I usually hate installing new beadlock wheels, but these fit together so well I didn't mind at all. The only bad thing I have to say about them is they didn't come with stainless hardware, so the fasteners are going to get a little rusty probably the first time they get wet. Injora may have changed that since my purchase, but I'll be swapping mine out for stainless bits to avoid the rust. Now for the silicone inserts, again the stock foams perform pretty well already, but the thing is the sidewall performance of the standard single stage foam isn't the best, and the sidewall of the tire can roll over, making an otherwise precise machine feel a little bit muddy and sharp in off-camber turns. Another thing is over time water can get in a tire and foam is typically going to turn into like a mush and is pretty frustrating. In fact, the one thing that I've hated most about the RC crawler hobby is the foam inserts. I prefer a vented tire and not sealed because even when the tire is sealed, air is probably going to leak in over time and it can make your tires deflate and be out of round as a result. But if they're sealed and not leaking, the tire doesn't conform to the terrain, so you're losing out on a lot of potential grip. The Ascent Fusion comes vented at the rim outside of the box, and this is great until you get into the water, and that's where the water is going to stay until you probably open them up to let them dry out. This is where these silicone inserts really come to play. No matter how the tire is vented, water can get in and these silicone inserts just won't break down. The one and only thing I didn't like about RC crawling has been resolved by this one little fix, and for not that much money. I've spent so much money on different foam options only to hate them after just a few water runs, and got so sick of replacing them when they got wet that I just left them and just ran them mushy. Now I can vent my tires and have better sidewall performance and never worry about mushy breakdown again. Another possible improvement is they add just a little bit of weight at each wheel where the weight most benefits a crawler, a little bit down low and unsprung, but not enough to really strain the truck's steering components. For this truck I chose the Injora green compound, which is their lightest compound for a truck in more of the 3 to 5 pound range. The Ascent Fusion is a little bit on the higher end of that spectrum, but I like a little bit of squat, and these give just the squat that I was looking for. They may break in over time, in which case I may swap them out for the blues on the road, but so far I'm pretty happy with them. And I've been on several runs with these already, and they've yet to soften up. Also, after installing the stock tires, the green inserts are more than suitable for this truck. As for tire venting, I love venting at the tire versus the rim because when water gets in, the moment you start rolling, the water is going to exit out of the vents. I chose to vent these tires in the corner near where the tread meets the sidewall, just in case the silicone inserts may block the vent hole if the hole was located more towards the center of the tread. Overall, I'm super happy with these upgrades, and this is the first RC crawler that I own that I don't have to lose sleep on due to mushy foam inserts. I'm definitely going to be throwing out all my foam inserts in my other trucks in exchange for silicone or 3D printed inserts. Speaking of 3D printed inserts, I'll be dabbling with those a little bit soon in other rigs, and maybe this one too. There's been a lot of research being done with different filaments and insert design to allow multiple stages of stiffness throughout the compression of the inserts. That can make the inserts even more functional. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it helped you with your next purchase decision. I'll leave links to the parts I use below. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you on the next video.